Okay, this is Heather Crane. I'm the grants manager for the Livingston Parish Government. This is a citizen participation meeting for one of the grants that we have recently received. This is a requirement from the grantors that we have a citizen participation meeting to get public input on how we spend the funding. I will just read a couple notes that I have so that I don't leave anything out. But basically, the parish government received federal disaster recovery funding for infrastructure and economic revitalization efforts. The allocations were made as a result of the parishes impacted by the 2020 and 2021 disasters, which included Hurricane Ida. So our direct allocations were, we received two, $1,044,474 through the Hometown Revitalization Program and $703,774 through the Resilient Communities Infrastructure Program. So the Resilient Communities Infrastructure Program aims to reduce risk and reliance on federal recovery funds by supporting more resilient community infrastructure, while the Hometown Revitalization Program is designed to restore jobs and revitalize commercial districts that suffered major damage from the 2020-2021 disasters. So once the parish has a executed cooperative endeavor agreement with the State of Louisiana Office of Community Development, we will have 3 months to submit a proposal or our application to OCD detailing how we will use the funding. Community Development Block Grant funds must meet one of 3 national objectives as identified by the U.S. Housing and Urban Development HUD. So the 3 national objectives are that they benefit low and moderate income persons, aid in the prevention or elimination of slums or blight, and meet a need having a particular urgency. We call that urgent need. Under the Hometown Revitalization Program, only those projects meeting the low to moderate income persons national objective will be considered for funding. Now I did provide some of the eligible activity items over there on that table and our policies and procedures for the grant, just so, you can kind of see what the eligible activities are. And at this time, we can just open it up for any public comment or if you have any questions. Also, I want to say that any citizens unable to attend this hearing may submit their views and comments until Monday, July 10th, and my contact information is on the website. So do y'all have any questions? Well, one of them, like the infrastructure program, would be more probably like some type of public facilities project, maybe repairing maybe repairing infrastructure like roads, bridges, drainage,
Absolutely.
things like that.
Yes.
And then your Hometown Revitalization Program could be more toward individuals. We would have to see what the guidance says and what's allowable.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I was looking into the fact that we have very few people to come dig out, like, ditches and stuff like that, and I've had some people contact me just kind of curious. I know that I'm probably in one of those districts that don't have that type of drainage funding, and I was wondering maybe that would be maybe not just my district per se,
Right.
but other districts that don't have that. Maybe, y'all could throw us a little bone.
And you represent District 9.
District 9, yes, ma'am.
It is a possibility, and we are going to consult with different government officials, including the Office of Community Development, to see what projects are eligible. Because we might have a project, and then they might say, well, that's not eligible, or it doesn't meet one of those 3 objectives. So we can put it out there and see if they would allow us to do that.
It would be amazing if we could
You're
look into
looking
it.
at drainage issues.
Yes, ma'am, and
digging out ditches.
Yes, ma'am, because it's just taken a while, and I went to look into it, and some were saying that we had like maybe one little crew, and then I got back with some other council people. They're like, well, there's 9 excavators, and then I'm just kind of wondering what takes so long and stuff like that, because sometimes it takes quite a while to get these issues addressed. And to be quite frank, that a lot of the stuff that needs to be done, it would take a day. I could get out there and help them as hard as I am, and it could be done in a day, and I don't understand what's taking so long. You know, so a lot of the grievances I hear from the people are just, they're very simple, and they're not being addressed, and it's worrisome.
Okay.
So,
Yes, ma'am. All right. Any other potential projects, Mr. Hart?
About a grant for water, MREs.
Well, and, okay.
Want me to repeat that?
Yes.
So a grant to build a warehouse to store our MREs, water, supplies for disasters.
Actually, that was an idea that my supervisor, Mr. Mark Harrell, the executive director, had mentioned to OCD when we had a meeting with them. So they were actually going to take it back to their supervisors and see if that's eligible. But that's would be a huge thing for us to have. So that is something that he pitched to them. And if it's eligible, we'll try to make an application for that. Possibly under the infrastructure portion. So, any others? Well, again, I just want to say that you have until July 10th to get any other comments or feedback to me. And once we get the executed cooperative endeavor agreement, we're going to start working on the applications. And you can call me anytime with any questions. I have my card up here, but I appreciate your time. Thank you.